It's the morning of day one out here in deer camp, and a strong cold front is blown through, along with some pretty gusty winds. Let's see how it affects today's game plan.
Coming down to Texas, I thought it was going to be 65 and sunny. The weather changed pretty quick down here, and I felt like I was back home in Tornado Alley. I mean, we just had north winds going 20, 25 miles an hour. So talking with Wade, we kind of made the decision in the morning, just with the wind, to really set up in a ground blind that put up. It was on some oats, so a food plot there, and great setup, you know, back brushed in a bit there, and immediately deer started coming through. And, you know, as much as we say it as hunters, I mean, it never gets old seeing those animals, you know, in their element, doing their thing. Down here, what's really nice is they follow a management program for those bucks, and so really one of the things that we were looking for is that 4-plus-year-old 8-point, you know, 5-plus-year-old 10-point. And so that first day, while we saw some deer coming through that were nice, they were young. And it's just following that plan gives an opportunity to really have a constructive management program out here, really healthy deer, and get the opportunity for the deer that you're looking for. Rusty, we got one right over there too. Not a shooter, but. There's a good deer. You know, the wind is both, I guess, kind of your best friend and worst enemy sometimes. One of the things that's really nice is that it covers sound a lot better. And so, you know, speaking with Rusty, our cameraman, still in that low, hushed voice, but being able to just kind of communicate back and forth, you know, admiring those deer that were coming through, talking about the different ones. And so that was nice. It's sometimes it helps you out so you're not just sitting there in dead silence and dead still, you know, so a little bit more sociable aspect of it sometimes. So we're out here on day one, and we snuck in here about an hour before, just in time. Saw a nice axis come through. It was still young, and then deer started flooding in. It was great. You know, there was a couple possible shooters there, but it's day one, so we just kind of decided to pass on it. But a lot of opportunity here, and it's just great to see this many deer on day one, you know. Right now, as you may be able to tell, we got quite a bit of wind going on, and so we'll set up in a ground blind. I'm not as familiar with the ground blind as I am stands, but I was out getting shot in and everything like that yesterday. It's about 8:45 right now, and deer have kind of stopped moving through, so we're gonna turn in, get some breakfast, and then hopefully get back out here this afternoon.
During a hunt like this, where you're surrounded by large country and have little to no cell service, it's really important to have the ability to stay connected. As they make their way back to deer camp, here's a little tip on how you can stay in reach with fellow hunters or loved ones.
So you can kind of see we're just out here pretty far in the middle of nowhere, and one of the things is we lost cell service, and so, you know, we've been using the inReach back and forth, but I think that this is just a prime example of, you know, being able to have the technology to be in contact with people. The inReach, I've got the inReach Mini, tiny little device, I call it the Mighty Mouse. It's a two-way SMS communication device that works on Iridium satellite. And so when you're in an area like this that's outside of cell service, you still have the ability to get in contact with, let's say, camp or, you know, loved ones back home. And then you have the SOS capability as well. You know, it's got everything that, you know, it's got weather forecasting, it's got tracking, it pairs into your cell phone for Bluetooth mapping capabilities. And, you know, you have the inReach Explorer, which is the larger unit that has screen mapping, but this Mini, it Bluetooths into your cell phone, so if you want to, you can throw that thing in your pack and still navigate off your cell phone based on the EarthMate app.
When we come back, Rayhan gives us a little insight into another vital piece of technology from Garmin before venturing right to the second half of his outing.